What up, YouTube? OG Trap Jordan back with another one, and today I want to talk a little bit about these Jordan releases that are coming out in July, and I want to give you kind of my hot take on the month of July. I know we got some heat coming in, but I also think that this month is going to be a month full of bricks. Now, I know that word brick is triggering, and I know it's going to attract a lot of keyboard warriors, but that's exactly why I use that word, because I like to piss people off, I like to mix things up, and I like people to come on here and get in the keyboard and start talking their trash, and that way it helps my algorithm out a lot. So I'm just going to keep it 100 with you. I don't care if you like the word brick or not. There's a lot of different meanings, and a lot of people have their different takes on what the word brick means, and for me it just means that they're sitting. Is that a bad thing? No, absolutely not. I'm glad everything's sitting. I'm glad that the resellers aren't doing nothing right now. I'm glad that we can go out and we can buy our shoes, or we can get up in the morning on the release date and grab them online. It's a beautiful time to be a sneakerhead. We got a lot of heat this year so far, and we got a lot of heat coming up, but let's get into what I came to talk about. And like I said, it's gonna be some hot takes when I talk about this, because I do think that this month, I think everything's bricking, just about. I think almost everything that's dropping is gonna brick, or at least, let me clean up my language a little bit for you guys that don't like that word, and let you know a lot of these shoes are gonna sit, and you guys are gonna be surprised. There's gonna be some hot takes, so let me just get right into what I'm talking about for these month of July releases that we got going on. And let's jump right into these right here. We got the Pure Money 3s. Now this is one of those that everybody seems to agree on. You got all the usual reseller YouTubers and the usual suspects out there that are actually usually gassing things up, and they're actually switching it up on this one, surprisingly. A lot of them are not gassing it up, because a lot of them have been getting called out in their comments lately, and they're like, you know what, let's go with an obvious one and say that these are gonna sit. So this is one, it's coming out in a couple days. My boy G, he wants these real bad, so I'm gonna try to help him secure them. But I have a hot take on these, and I want to talk about some other things, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk about those, because I got some other things I want to talk about first. So these right here, the self-expression, everybody was trying to say before, I think these were the ones that people were saying that were like the woke pride shoes, and even if they were, who gives a shit? I don't care. But in my personal opinion, I don't know, these are cool. I don't know, if this was for a kid, that would be cool, I guess. They're not for me. I could actually see these things definitely sitting around. I actually see these things going to the outlets personally, but that's my opinion. And those come out July 12th. And yeah, let's move along a little bit and let's talk about some other things. Now, these right here, the Jordan 40, I pretty much have the same take on these as a lot of people do. A lot of people seem to really like these, and I do too. And I think they're, like a lot of people say, they resemble that kind of fear of God kind of look. And I do see it. I've seen other people say that. And I will say this. I heard another YouTuber, I'm not even going to lie, I heard another YouTuber, I don't remember who it was that I watched today, was saying that they'll probably limit this first colorway and they'll probably sell out. And I do personally think that if any shoe this month is going to sell out, it could probably be this one right here if they limit it. It's nice. The consensus in the community is that it's a dope silhouette, and it's different, and people are feeling it. And I know it's got a lot of neat technology in it, and we'll have to see what the verdict is going to be. But me personally, I actually think that if they limit these will probably sell out, and then they'll come out with 100 different colorways, and then those will probably, well, it depends on the colorway. We'll see what happens with those. But I do think that the first drop of these on July 12th, the Air Jordan 40, is probably going to be the one that doesn't brick out. So let's move along. These right here, these women's Starfish, I see these maybe possibly, nah, I don't even see these sitting around. I don't even see these selling out online. I think these are definitely outlet bound, and that's on July 18th. So if you want these, the Starfish, kind of Halloween vibes. If the women out there want those, or if the fellas want them too, go ahead and snatch those up. But I'm pretty sure these are outlet bound. I think these are gonna brick out. And then right here, so the Aqua 8. I love 8s. I love the Aqua 8s. I'm passing on these. I got the old pair still in good condition. I made a video about that. Go ahead and check that video out if you haven't seen it already. I was kind of griping about the gray. These pictures look a little better. I don't know if this is an old picture or what the deal is, but I'm passing. I know that these are kind of on a lot of people's lists. I've seen a lot of people say they want these, and I don't blame them. But hot take, I think these are going to kind of brick out too. Everything's kind of been bricking out lately, and if they don't brick out, they'll do a fake sellout and there'll be restocks. Will it sell it online? Possibly, maybe on sneakers, but it'll probably be available in a lot of other places. And like I said, there'll be restocks on these. We've already seen what's been happening all year. There's only been a few real actual sellouts, and Jordan Brand just keeps hitting us with all this BS, and all these other YouTubers are just hyping everything up. And this is another one of those that's getting hyped up, and for good reason. I like it, but I think it's going to brick, and if not, it's definitely going to be a lot of restocks. So let's go down right here. This is a GS, so this is for the kids. This is Denim Pink Glow, and these are coming out on July 24th. Now, another disclaimer, I don't know if all these dates are the same or exact. I'm going to check them before I put this video up. But these are going to brick. These are going to sit. These are just some kids' shoes that you're going to see when you walk into Foot Locker and Champs and stuff like that. They're going to be sitting around. So if your kids want these or you want to get them for your kids, you can definitely grab these. So I believe this date is right. And like I said, I'm going to double check before I actually upload this video. But July 26th, this is the one that a lot of people, a lot of YouTubers and a lot of people are kind of ranting and raving about. The Rare Air 4. So my hot take on this is these are dope. I'm not saying that any of these shoes aren't dope this month, but I think we've had plenty of black Jordan 4s, and I know about the gold under the tag, and I know the removable tag and all the stuff like that. I don't think that's enough to move these. I can actually see these sitting around, maybe not everywhere, but there's definitely going to be some YouTubers doing vlogs. I definitely see Mike Rich. I definitely see Jay the Sneaker Guy doing a vlog in their stores down there where they're at, and some other places around the country where these are going to be sitting if they don't completely brick out. And that's my take on it. I know people want these. I know that people are going after them, but I don't think the demand is there like YouTube is letting it on to be, or leading it on to be. I actually think these are going to sit, and that's my take on those. So I do want to do a little peek before I go back to what I was talking about, but these Nigel Sylvesters right here, if that's what they're going to look like, I think that's the old mock-up. I'm not sure. Nah, that is a mock-up, but I do like those, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the July releases. So let me go back to where we started at, and we're going to get into this right here, the Pure Money 3s. Now, like I was saying, everybody that hypes everything up decided to make their video on these and switch it up and say how these are going to sit. I got a hot take on these. Now, I don't disagree that these could possibly most likely probably sit, but I actually think that these are going to sell a lot better than people think. And if anything's, I know this is a hot take, and you can come for me in the comments, and in a couple of days when these drop, you could get in my video and you could tell me I was dead wrong. But I actually think that if anything could actually sell out, I actually think that these would probably sell out. I know this is crazy, and I know people are like, what are you smoking on? But I think that these might actually have a better chance of selling out than the Rare Air 4s. The Rare Air 4s, every Rare Air that's dropped has sat around. People said they wanted those 3s. They're still sitting around. There's like, I don't know. I just think those Rare Air 4s are a little hyped up, and I don't think the demand is there like people think. And people are saying these are going to sit around. But I will say this is dope. And me, I'm not going to get them because it's an all-white shoe, and I'll just end up busting them up anyway. But I would say if these do sit around, if these do brick out, I think that if you like these, don't let that deter you from getting these, because these are a dope shoe. It's been a long time since we had these, and I think that, I don't know, if you could get your hands on these, I think that if you don't, I think you'll regret it down the line. But that's just my take on it, and that's just my opinion. But I think this is one of those ones that it might be a sleeper. But like I said in the beginning of this video, like I said in the thumbnail, I really think that this month is going to be full of bricks. I don't think there's going to be anything crazy. I don't think anything's going to have heavy resale. I think that pretty much everything this month is a little, some of it's a little overrated, some of it's a little underwhelming in my opinion, and that's just my opinion. And like I said, I like to hear what you guys think in the comments. Go ahead and hit me. Go ahead. I don't even care. Get all the keyboard warriors can come out. They can hit me in the comments. I'm not even tripping. But let me know what you think about the July releases, because I think it's a bunch of bricks. I think everything's breaking out this month for the most part. Like I said, I talked about a couple in there that I think might have a chance of selling out. But those are my hot takes, and I really want to know your guys' opinions. So hit me in the comments and let me know what you think. Tell me I'm an idiot. Tell me I'm a dumbass. I don't care. Or tell me if you agree with me. Tell me what you think is going to sell out. Tell me what you think is your favorite release of this month. But with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. You know what time it is. If you like my content and you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and hit that button so you can get notified every time I drop one of these bangers, and you can get some more of this good stuff in your life. And remember, no shoe is an absolute must cop. So support the culture and not the resellers. I'm OG Trap Jordan, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.